Hello and welcome back to another video, where today I'm going to show you how to turn new coloured videos into black and white videos. I'm going to show you two ways, one that has a slightly more modern look to it, and one that makes it look like old black and white. So let's get started. First thing you're going to have to do is drag your videos into HitFilm Express. So this video does assume, one, you have the videos you want to use, and two, you have HitFilm Express. The link to all the videos and the download link will be in the description of this video. So let's drag in clip number 1 to video, and if you have this pop up, just press yes. And as you can see, it's just a video of the subway. Let's turn that sound down a bit, just so you can hear me keep talking. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on effects, and then we're going to type in black, and then it should on the back, underneath at the bottom, it should say presence, film looks, black and white, old stock. This will be the first one we use. Put that on here. And if we press play quickly, you can see that it's gone dark and it's got this old grainy look, which is like old black and white films and movies did have. But we can change around some of these settings a bit more. So it should have automatically opened up your control panel. If it hasn't, along the top, press controls, and then we're going to scroll down. So this transform is about the general video, not about the effect, so you can leave it alone. If you want to, you can click on the arrow to hide it away. You then have hue, saturation, lightness, grain, and brightness and contrast. Starting with contrast, by changing this we'll increase the contrast settings from darker to brighter. By default it's at 20.0, you can press Ctrl Z or Command Z to put it back to what it was originally if you don't like what you've done to it. Then you also have your brightness, which changes the brightness. Again, Ctrl Z or Command Z to put it back to -5. When messing around with these settings, the best way to get the effect you want is just to keep trying, keep practicing, keep playing with the controls. You'll eventually find something you like or don't like. Now we have the grain. The grain is sort of that pixelated or white noise, so by increasing it you get more grain, by decreasing it you get a slightly smoother effect. So I'm going to leave it as what it is by default, which is 25, and that has that slightly grainy effect. And then you have size of how big you want each pixel to be pixelated by. By default it's 0.4, so it's slightly, like you can actually see the pixels. And then you have the seed. This is how randomized it is. But this you can just leave at 0. We've now got the hue, saturation, and lightness. So you control each color section individually, but we can't see any colors, so we're just going to use the master section. First we have the hue saturation, which won't really do too much because we don't have any colour left and it's black and white. We now have the normal saturation, which how close you want it from like the new one to the old one, the saturation of the video. So I'm going to leave it as what it is, which is -0 at -100, because that keeps black and white. But if you want something else, slight bits of colour popping in and bit like that, you can increase the saturation. And then you have this lightness here, which is similar to the other lightness, but this time instead of affecting the video in general, it affects each color. If for some reason you know colors that you want to change, like you want red to be more saturated or to be darker or lighter, you can change this here and it won't change the other colors. But I would generally recommend just messing around with the master settings and leave the colors alone when using black and white. For the other effect, we're going to get our other black and white video brought in, which we've already dragged into media. So if we click on the media tab, we can drag it across, put that there. I'm going to turn down the volume again just so you can hear me. We're going to press effects. We're going to go back and type black and white in, and it'll use the normal black and white and drag that over the top. As you can see, it has a slightly more modern effect. If we go to controls as well, same controls. But let's say you want a clip of it, so if we zoom in and press C to go to our cut tool, you want like 2 clips where it goes back to normal. So if we go back to select and click on the first one that you want to go back to normal here, we go to effects, controls, and then we'll press on the drop down, and then we can just delete by right clicking and removing, or unticking the effects, and then it goes back to normal. So if we quickly play this, you can see it goes from black and white into colour, and then back to black and white. We go to the old one, click on the video, we go to effects, or no, we go to controls, effects, and then we can unclick them, or if we wanted to, we can remove them. When you're happy with your video, you can go to export to file. You can then find a file where you want it to be saved to, so let's just type black and white in, and press enter, and then it'll start exporting. Once it's exported, you can watch the video at that location. Thank you for watching. If you want to see this final video when it's done, that will be also an unlisted video in the description. I will hopefully see you in another video. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you again. Bye.